Hi, hello, welcome you. Now we are going to see some of the sample questions in science. Okay, now we move to the questions. Now, first question is A. Explain any one method of asexual reproduction with the examples. First, what is mean by asexual reproduction? It's also a type of reproduction which does not involve the fusion of gametes or change in the number of chromosomes, but the offspring arises by asexual reproduction from a single cell or from a multicellular organisms that inherit the genes of the parents. There are 7 types of asexual reproduction, including fission, fragmentation, budding, vegetative reproduction, spore formation, and agamogenesis. First, we are going to see about what is meant by vegetative reproduction. It's a type of asexual reproduction where different parts of the plants like root, stem, leaf, bud are used for reproduction. You can see these image. Tuber plants like potato, vegetative propagation is through the eye-like structure present on the tubers. In bryophyllum, vegetative propagation takes place through the buds present on the leaf. In plants like sugarcane and grasses, vegetative propagation takes place through the buds at the nodes. Vegetative propagation takes place in the roots of the root vegetables like carrot, radish, etc. Now the second question is, in the given figure below, identify the type of asexual reproduction that takes place and also name the species accordingly. Asexual reproduction in multicellular organism. First they give the leaf. We already saw that the vegetative propagation takes place through the bud is an example of bryophyllum. And then budding from parent, it may be a hydra, sugarcane, grasses, etc. And then vegetative propagation from the eyes of the tuber is potato. Now you can see this potato. The tubers like not only the potato, tapioca, also the other tuber, it also takes place through the vegetative reproduction, etc. Now the second question is, what is biodiversity? What are the different levels of biodiversity? State 4 measures to conserve biodiversity. First, what is mean by biodiversity? It's the richness of living organisms in nature due to the presence of varieties of organisms, ecosystem and genetic variations within species. Now, there are 3 levels of biodiversity. First, the diversity of genes, diversity of species, diversities of ecosystem, etc. First, what is meant by genetic diversity? Which means occurrence of diversity among the organisms of same species. Species diversity means existence of innumerable species in nature. Ecosystem diversity means existence of many ecosystems in region. There are 4 measures to conserve biodiversity. First, establishing national parks and sanctuaries, protecting rare species of organisms, observing the rules, maintaining a record of traditional knowledge. Now the third question is, label and explain the following diagram of tricarboxylic acid cycle. Now tricarboxylic acid cycle is also known as Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle. Here the series of chemical reactions used by all aerobic organisms. Aerobic organism means that organism can survive and grow in an oxygenated environment. To release, these organisms release stored energy through the oxidation of acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA is nothing but acetyl coenzyme A is a molecule that participates in many biochemical reactions in proteins, carbohydrates and lipid metabolism. Its main function is to deliver the acetyl group to the citric acid cycle to be oxidized for the energy production. Mainly in eukaryotes, citric acid cycle takes place in mitochondria. Now, these acetyl CoA enters into the mitochondria. Acetyl part of acetyl CoA is completely oxidized and the molecules of CO2, H2O, NADH2 and FADH2 are derived. And then you can see this image where the parts are marked, pyruvic acid, fatty acids, etc. Now the fourth question is also a diagrammatic representation like the previous one. We want to answer the questions based on the following diagram. First question is, which energy is produced? By using this diagram, we can easily say that the wind energy is produced because the blades and the shaft and the gearbox all represent the windmill, so the wind energy is produced. And then second question is, how does it work? You can see this image. As the wind strikes the turbine blades, the blade rotates. The axle of the turbine is connected to the electric generator through which the gearbox. The rotation of the blades in turn drives the generator to generate the electricity. And then the third question is, why is it a renewable source of energy? The answer is, the renewable source of energy means we can easily consume. And then renewable energy means the energy is produced from the sources that do not deplete or replenish within the human's lifetime. So the wind energy is a renewable source of energy. Now the fifth question is complete the following chart of production of beverages. First, the fruit is Caffea arabica. Here the microbe used is Lactobacillus brevis. The role of microbe is to separate the seeds from fruit. The beverage is coffee. Second one is Theobroma cacao. Here the microbe used are Candida, Saccharomyces, etc. It's also have same role to separate seeds from fruit. The beverage is cocoa. And third one is grapes. Here the microbe used is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Here the microbe's role is to ferment the juice. The beverage is wine. And fourth one is apple. Here the microbe is also the same Saccharomyces cerevisiae. Here the role is to ferment the juice. And the beverage is cedar. Now the last question is name two evidence of evolution. What does the following figure indicate? What inference can be drawn from the explanation of the figure? First, evolution means the process of growth and development, or the theory that organisms have grown and developed from the past organisms. The two evidence of evolution are morphological evidence and vestigial organ. Morphological evidence means similarities in physical properties. Vestigial organs means degenerate or underdeveloped useless organs. Here the evidence of evolution such as fossil record and selective breeding, homologous structure, vestigial organs and some comparative DNA, etc. That the figure indicate that the structure of bones in the human hand, foreleg hand and patagium of bat and flipper of whale. Though these organs do not show any superficial similarity and widely differ in their usage in each animal, the figure shows a similarity in the structure of bones and joints in organs of each animals. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.